Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. How are you going to demonize someone who skipped one meaningless game out of 162 to attend the funeral of one of his friends? NBA players, they miss games all the time. Kawhi Leonard, he'll miss half the season over a headache. Then he'll miss the other half of the season with a bruised caboose that was caused from too much ass sitting. I remember a couple of years ago, Brandon Ingram missed 2, maybe 3 months with a toe contusion. Translation, he had a boo-boo on his toe. But when Cubs third baseman Matt Shaw misses a game to attend the funeral of his friend Charlie Kirk, some doofus announcer wants to question his decision. Some doofus announcer wants to insinuate that he was being selfish. You know, it wasn't all that long ago when something tragic like this happened, when a major event like 9/11 happened, or the sudden loss of a beloved figure. It wasn't all that long ago that something like that would bring the country together. I was 16 years old when Islamists flew planes into the World Trade Center. Notice, I did not say radical Islam. I remember after 9/11, the entire country was united. I can vividly remember my good friend Georgie Bush, W. I remember Georgie throwing out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium a week or so after 9/11. Everywhere you went, there were American flags. The entire country was united against Islamists whose mission, it seems, is to convert the entire world to their ideology. And it wasn't like the unity lasted for a couple of weeks, then everything went back to normal. The country pretty much remained united until Georgie kept us in that never-ending war. But even if the unity after 9/11 had only lasted for a couple of weeks, that would be a couple of weeks longer than the non-existent unity after Charlie Kirk. I've seen a lot of people asking recently, what the hell's wrong with these people? There is no point in asking that question. These people are sick. You know the woke fungus I have been telling you guys about for years now? That was not hyperbole. The woke fungus is real. The other day, the Trumper warned pregnant women not to take Tylenol. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I'm damn sure not a pretend doctor like Jill Biden, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the medical reasons for the Trumper's warning. But according to Don Trump, pregnant women should not be taking Tylenol. Over the last couple of days, doctors at Woke Memorial Hospital have seen a drastic increase in pregnant women overdosing on Tylenol. In one extreme case, one of the pregnant women admitted to Woke Memorial had a loosely attached wiener. There is a Prove Trump Wrong campaign, a trend amongst pregnant women on social media, mainly pregnant woke women. They're taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. Prove Trump wrong. According to reports on social media, some of these women are dying. Some are in critical condition. Some are in the ICU. All because they refused to listen to medical advice because it was coming from Orange Man Bad. Maybe next, Don can warn deacons at Woke United Methodist that climate change is causing America to spontaneously combust. The deacons have 1 week to escape the country. Otherwise, everyone will perish. Although the death of Charlie Kirk has united normal people and it's damn sure opened their eyes, the wanker spankers are attempting to use Charlie Kirk to further divide the country. Tuesday night, Cubs were playing the Mets at Wrigley Field. Cubs third baseman Matt Shaw had returned to the lineup after leaving the team to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral. While he was at the plate, Mets play-by-play announcer Gary Cohen used this as an opportunity to demonize Matt Shaw for leaving the team. Since we're living in the era of consequences, Gary Cohen immediately felt the wrath of normal people. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. So I can get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. One of my channel members last week reached out to me and thanked me for linking him up with Sugar Mountain Trading. He woke up last Friday morning with back pain and had to drive several hours to a friend's wedding. He applied some CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain. 15 minutes later, his back pain magically gone. My wife also deals with nagging back pain. We have tried over-the-counter stuff, the chiropractor, but none of that ever seemed to work. Within 5-10 minutes of me applying CBD lotion or CBD oil from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's back pain gone. I'm telling you, the stuff's damn near magical. My wife keeps a bottle in her purse at all times. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time. Bar soap comes in a variety of scents ranging from lavender all the way to cherry almond. More importantly, all CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading, 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20, BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Tuesday night, Mets Cubs at the legendary Wrigley Field. Gary Cohen has been broadcasting Mets games since 1989. I don't think he should be fired for what I'm about to show you. When you're calling 3-hour games 6 days a week for almost 40 years, you're going to make a mistake at some point. Gary Cohen damn sure made a mistake Tuesday night with his weird comments about Matt Shaw. Now, I removed the visual for copyright reasons because the actual game is showing, but the audio is all you need. Listen for yourself.
Later revealed that he had been given permission to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral. And I don't want to talk about any of the politics of it, but the thought of leaving your team in the middle of a race for any reason other than a family emergency really strikes me as weird. The reason that they didn't tell anybody and that they had to play a man short was that the situation did not qualify for baseball's bereavement list.
You know, it's ironic that this complaint is coming from a Mets broadcaster. Back in June, people who paid for tickets to see the Mets play baseball, they were given an additional treat. On that special night in June, the Mets not only gave fans the baseball game they paid to see, they also treated them to a nice celebration of Wiener. Thousands of people were forced to taste the rainbow as the Mets celebrated gay pride. After their celebration of Wiener, the Mets proceeded to go on a 7-game losing streak. For starters, I don't know why a Mets broadcaster would have a problem with a player from an opposing team attending a funeral. If Matt Shaw's fraternity brother had died, I doubt Gary Cohen says a damn thing about it. If Matt Shaw's beloved dog died, I know for a fact Gary Cohen would not criticize him for missing a game. How do I know that? Because earlier this season, Gary Cohen missed a game when his precious pooch passed away. The only reason, and I mean the only reason, that Gary Cohen mentioned this is because the funeral belonged to Charlie Kirk. As you guys know, I don't follow Major League Baseball. When several of you guys sent me this clip last night, I was initially somewhat understanding of where Gary Cohen was coming from. It's late September, teams are fighting for the playoffs. If the Saints were fighting for a playoff spot and Drew Brees missed the final game of the season to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral, I wouldn't be happy about it. I would understand it, but I wouldn't necessarily be happy about it. Now, if it was a second string linebacker, who cares? But if the most important player on the team is missing the final game of the season and a win puts us in the playoffs, I would have questions. So, I wanted to give Gary Cohen the benefit of the doubt. He said he didn't want to get political, even though this was 100% political, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Matt Shaw is a critical player in Chicago. Maybe Matt Shaw is the best player on the team, and without him, the Cubs struggle to win games. So I took a look at his numbers. Matt Shaw is batting .230 on the season, 13 home runs, 43 RBIs. Gary Cohen's making a big deal about this guy missing a game? I don't seem to remember Gary Cohen complaining 5 years ago when several teams in Major League Baseball just outright refused to play. You guys remember that? During the summer of woke love in 2020, when deacons at Woke United Methodist were mourning the loss of their fallen hero Jorge Floyd by rioting and defunding the police, 4 teams in baseball canceled their games because players just refused to play. The following year, Rob Manfred moved the All-Star game out of Atlanta. He moved the game to Denver to combat the plague of mythical racism. Rob Manfred moved the All-Star game out of a majority black city and moved it into a white city, all in the name of fighting fake racism. I don't seem to remember Gary Cohen complaining about that injustice. But when a third baseman who is barely making contact with the ball misses 1 out of 162 games to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral, according to Gary Cohen, that is no bueno. Should Gary Cohen be fired over this? Obviously not. From what I've read about him, he seems like a highly respected broadcaster. But this is another example of why sports figures should stay the hell out of politics. It's always a lose-lose. You're never going to appease both sides because politics are divisive by design. If you're a sports league, the best thing to do is stay out of it. I thought it was appropriate when baseball teams, along with NFL teams, honored Charlie Kirk. That was obviously the right decision, the right thing to do. But this situation with Gary Cohen that he brought on himself, he should have exercised his right to remain silent and kept his wrong opinion to himself. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.